In a small, quiet village near the edge of a dense forest lived an old woodcutter named Abdul Hakim. He had no family left. His wife had died many years ago, and the two of them never had children. Now, in his old age, his life revolved around chopping wood, selling it in the market, and returning to a lonely home where silence was his only companion. Yet he never complained. He loved the forest, the birds, the breeze, and the rustling of leaves. He found peace among the trees. One chilly morning, just as the sun began to rise and spread golden rays through the misty woods, Abdul Hakim went deeper into the forest to find a suitable tree to cut. As he raised his axe, a strange sound stopped him. A faint cry, soft and desperate like that of a kitten. Confused, he lowered his axe and followed the sound. After some searching, he found a small, injured creature lying near the bushes. It was tiny, weak and barely moving. Its body was covered in scratches and blood, and its eyes, large and golden, were full of pain. It looked like a baby cat, but something about it was different. Without hesitation, Abdul Hakim wrapped it in his shawl, left his tools behind, and carried it home. Back at his modest hut, he cleaned the wounds, fed it some warm milk, and stayed by its side all night. Slowly, the creature began to recover. Its little body grew stronger, and it began responding to Abdul Hakim's voice. He named it Sheru, meaning lion cub. From that day on, Sheru became the old man's world. As weeks turned into months, Sheru grew rapidly. His paws became large, his fur golden and thick, his teeth sharp, and his body muscular. But he never showed aggression, never growled, never attacked. Instead, he would rest his head on Abdul Hakim's lap and purr like a house cat. They played together, ate together, and even took walks in the forest side by side. Sheru, though, clearly wild by nature, acted no different than a loyal dog. Villagers were curious. Some were frightened. "That's not a cat," they said. "It looks like a tiger." But Abdul Hakim laughed it off. "He's just Sheru, my boy." One day, a visiting vet happened to see Sheru and gasped. "Sir, do you know what you've raised?" he asked. "This is a Royal Bengal tiger." "It's a wild animal!" Abdul Hakim froze. For the first time, fear crept into his heart. He stared at Sheru, now nearly full grown, and realized the truth. But as Sheru came close and rubbed his head against the old man's chest, making soft, loving sounds, that fear vanished. Abdul Hakim smiled and whispered, "No matter what you are, to me you're my son." Time passed. Sheru grew into a majestic, fully grown tiger. Yet his bond with Abdul Hakim only deepened. He would fetch the old man's stick, lie next to him during his midday naps, and even guard him at night like a silent protector. People who once feared Sheru now watched in awe. Children would wave at him from a distance, and elders would bless him as if he were a guardian sent by God. Years went by. Abdul Hakim grew frail. His back hunched, his steps slowed, and his voice weakened. Sheru noticed. He stayed closer than ever, always watchful. Then, one cold morning, Abdul Hakim didn't wake up. Sheru nudged him gently. No response. He nudged again, now whimpering. The house was silent. Death had come quietly in the night. When villagers arrived after hearing no sound from the house, they found a heartbreaking scene. Sheru lying beside the old man's lifeless body. Not growling, not roaring, just softly, whimpering like a grieving child. His golden eyes were filled with tears. No one dared go near at first, fearing what a tiger in mourning might do. But Sheru didn't move. He sat still beside the body, occasionally licking Abdul Hakim's hand, refusing food, refusing water. When the villagers finally prepared the body for burial, Sheru followed the procession in silence. As they reached the graveyard, the tiger sat beside the grave. As the body was lowered, Sheru let out a low, heartbreaking moan, not the roar of a wild animal, but the cry of a child who had lost his father. Everyone wept. A woman whispered, "Only a soul-deep bond could make a tiger cry for a human. This isn't just an animal, he is family." After the burial, Cheru stayed at the grave for hours. And then, as the sun began to set, he slowly stood up, looked at the villagers one last time, and walked toward the forest. No one followed him. No one stopped him. They just watched as the forest embraced him once again. Some say Cheru still roams the forest, never attacking a soul, watching over the village like a silent guardian. And even now, children grow up hearing the tale of the son of the forest, the tiger who loved a man like his own father and wept like a human when he was gone. This story teaches us that love, care, and deep bonds do not require blood relations. A pure heart and selfless actions can create connections stronger than family ties, even between a human and a wild animal. The old woodcutter took in the injured tiger cub without expecting anything in return. He nurtured it, protected it, and loved it like his own child, not knowing it would one day grow into a powerful tiger. Yet the tiger never forgot the care and warmth it received. It became more than just an animal. It became a devoted son. This shows that compassion has the power to tame even the wildest of hearts. True affection transcends fear, species, and instincts. The story reminds us that kindness and love leave a lasting mark on souls. Even after the woodcutter's death, the tiger mourned like a human, proving how deep emotional connections can run. It teaches that humanity lies not just in form, but in actions. The greatest strength in the world is love, not power, not fear. And when shown with sincerity, it can turn even a beast into a loyal companion. In the end, it's love and kindness that truly make us human.